think just a few minutes ago, our announcement crossed the wire. So I'm really excited to share with you a deal we've been working on for some time. So Ripple is acquiring Hidden Road, which is a prime broker. They're a very high growth prime broker, one of the largest as the non-bank prime brokers. And this is a big deal. It's $1.225 billion.
What does it mean?
Thank you.
What does it mean for Ripple's business? Because you've been on a path to really diversify the business beyond kind of how you started in payments, and there's custody, stable coins now. And so what does this add to the Ripple business?
It's all coming together. So we've talked for a long while about institutional decentralized finance. Many of us here talk about institutions coming into the world of blockchain and DeFi. And this is going to blast that into a new milestone, kind of a new stratosphere.
Alrighty, everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. Buckle up your seatbelts. I get super excited to make these video breakdowns for you all as we continue to dive down the rabbit hole and show you all that we are heading into an era of digital finance where we are never going to have to sell a portion of our XRP and instead can just start to generate yield on it, possibly maintaining, growing, expanding, and keeping our wealth. Now is the time more than ever that you all should be learning about DeFi and generating yield on your digital assets. And in today's video breakdown, I'm going to show you guys physical proof that not only are financial institutions 110% interested in earning yield on their idle cash and their digital assets, but that they are already doing so in the now and in the moment, which is exactly why we stress the importance of trying to show you guys that now more than ever is the time to get educated. Get educated, get educated. With that being said, welcome back to the platform. If you enjoy these types of deep research dives, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. So let's jump in. We're going to be diving in and showing you guys documented proof. Again, no hype, no hopium, all from financial institutions, regulatory closed door meetings, documents from some of the world's largest consulting firms, and listening to industry leading experts from these large financial institutions tell you guys that this is all to be the case so that you don't think we're making this up here at CYPRX. So let's start here. All right. I always like to show you guys physical proof that these closed door roundtable meetings are for a fact happening behind the scenes. And so on April 11th, I posted these two things out for you guys where closed door roundtables have been taking place. And I want to click these open for you all and just thoroughly read through them. So here's a picture of the individual participants at the closed door roundtable who participated in this closed door roundtable. We can come up here and we can see that this is important. We have Anna Grace, a lawyer navigating DeFi, and we also have an industry leading expert and an associate at Ripple X, where his focus, Shata Natananzi, hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly, is on institutional DeFi, right? Here you can see that they attended this event where they discussed and talked about digital asset regulation with experts from the EU Commission. And one of the key topics that they discussed at this roundtable, as you can see here, them mentioning, was DeFi, crypto regulations, Web3, blockchain, and long-term sustainability. All right. Now, in a previous video breakdown, I'd showed you guys in this yield playlist, which if you have not watched this playlist, this is a precursor to today's video breakdown. If you're new here at CYPRX, this is your first DeFi yield generating awakening video that you've watched, go back and watch this playlist, because in this playlist, we showed you all the SVP at Ripple X, Marcus Infinger, in this video go on to mention the ability to start to generate yield with our digital assets.
Next from XRP Ledger, what's on your roadmap?
Yeah, so there's some amazing stuff happening. So first of all, an automated market maker has been released very recently and voted in by the community. That one is going live, which will obviously also be a native feature on the protocol, which brings more security and user safety and allows users to basically, put their liquidity to work.
So that's why it's extremely important that we see representatives here from RippleX attending these closed door roundtables, which just goes to prove my case that these things are happening, these developments are ongoing behind the scenes that never reach the mainstream. And here at CYPRX, we're on a mission to awaken the general public to show you guys that this is all happening. This is a massive transformation that creates a level playing field for everybody all over the globe with nothing but an internet connection and a mobile device to start to earn passive rewards with our digital assets, our idle capital. This is huge, people. So now that that's out of the way and I've showed you guys that these closed door roundtables are taking place, let's tap into this document that was just dropped, approaching the tokenization tipping point, April 7th, 2025. Now, before we thoroughly read through this document, let's just do a quick recap, because in a previous video breakdown on that yield playlist, I showed you guys how Apollo's Christina Moy was sitting on stage with Robbie Mitchnick, an ex-Ripple representative who now currently works at BlackRock, mentioning and talking about the same thing that we are discussing in today's video breakdown, earning passive rewards on their idle capital, on their digital assets up until the very last moment that they spend it. Christina Moy goes into detail on her strategy. And then when asked the question to Robbie Mitchnick, what do you do to keep up pace with this transformative wave that's taking place? Robbie Mitchnick confirms that they need to offer these solutions to their clients.
What that means is that every last penny of my earnings is fully invested in yielding without me actually having to do anything. And then, you know, if I'm having Nobu at lunch and basically I use my securitized debit card that's connected to my securitized wallet, basically like, okay, here's like $100 to Nobu, that's an automatic swap of $100 out of my BIDL into US dollars, into USDC off ramp, like CU0 hash, off ramp to pay Nobu. And then essentially like that means not only is every penny of my earnings deployed, it's deployed up until the last second of which I actually spend it.
So you're a banking CEO, and you just heard this great explanation from Christine. How do you prevent your bank from getting bypassed by some of the things that she's talking about in terms of products?
You have to provide that because they have the incumbency advantage to do that.
That is going to play an important role in today's video breakdown. So as we thoroughly read through this, this is going to freaking blow your mind. This document is going to confirm that institutions are 110% interested in these yield-bearing solutions, but then I'm going to show you physical proof that they are already participating in them. So let's head over to my highlights from this document. Approaching the tokenization tipping point, April 7, 2025 by Ripple and Boston Consulting Group, right? A major consulting firm. Just to read the top of this, it says, the shift to a tokenized economy is turning financial assets from static instruments into dynamic software. Tokenization isn't a digital overlay or an addition to the global financial system. It is a redesign of the infrastructure layer that financial institutions have depended on for years. The promise of a financial system that's programmable, interoperable, always on, instant, and broadly accessible. Institutions that act now will gain more than just cost savings. By embedding token-based models into their operations, they unlock new revenue streams, reaching new client segments, and they stay relevant to the most advanced users in the market. How many times have I told you guys that these financial institutions know that if they do not adopt these new technologies and these new solutions, they risk falling behind?
Solvents string together for them in order to give them a roadmap to delivery. And clearly the biggest elements in that decision are time to market and also just the sheer pressure on competitiveness and being able to offer these services to their clients, because as we just heard, asset preservation is extremely important. And there is at this stage, I feel that if you're not competitive, if you don't have a solution that is ready to hit the ground and maintain and expand your client base, you're going to be left behind. You're going to be left behind.
And that was coming directly from a representative from a large financial institution, talking about how if you do not serve these solutions to your clients, you risk being left behind. Vocabulary that here at CYPRX we are not making up. The devil's in the details. Now, scrolling down to page 7 of this document, it talks about the 3 phases of tokenized asset adoption. This is going to confirm everything that we have been attempting to show you all as to why you should start to get educated on generating yield with your digital assets and stop thinking with this hodl mentality that is so 2022, 2021 timeframe. Okay, it is now time to evolve and advance with the moving times, and DeFi, institutional DeFi and retail DeFi is coming fast, right? It's being built out now on the XRPL for the first time ever. Back when the AMM feature launched on the XRPL, users in the digital asset space that hold XRP can now take our idle XRP and start to generate passive rewards. And Monica Long, David Schwartz, Brad Garlinghouse, Marcus Imfinger have all been telling you guys this in recent panel discussions, which I've shown you guys in that yield playlist to prove my point. Now look at this. It talks about phase 2, institutional expansion. This is huge. Keep in mind, this document is in collaboration with Ripple and Boston Consulting Group, right? And you heard what Monica Long said at the very beginning intro of this video breakdown.
Institutions coming into the world of blockchain and DeFi. And this is going to blast that into a new milestone, kind of a new stratosphere.
Institutions beginning tokenization, higher yield, more complex assets such as private credit, structured finance, and corporate bonds. These products demand flexible compliance logic, secondary market infrastructure, and broader investor access. Unlike phase 1, which focused mainly on efficiency gains, this stage 2 is about unlocking broader value, liquidity, composability, and yield. Firms are beginning to move from a private to permission public blockchains, a shift that enables greater liquidity and interoperability. Recent examples include Societe Generale and Citi. Now, last but not least, on this document, if you come down here to page 10, this is where it's going to get crazy. And then I'm going to show you all physical proof that this is already happening. This is insane. Treasury and cash management, it talks about number 5, most corporations hold significant idle cash in low yielding accounts. Tokenization, however, allows treasuries to deploy cash into money market funds, perform instant FX via stablecoins, and automate intraday liquidity, all while maintaining control and auditability. A multinational managing USD $1 billion in idle cash and USD $10 billion in annual cross-border payments could gain USD 15 million to 25 million in additional yield through tokenization. This is huge that they're saying this in their documents. Keep in mind, you have individual representatives like David Schwartz, Marcus Imfinger telling you guys that from a retail perspective, earning yield with our digital assets is possible. And here you can see them talking about large multinational firms with billions of dollars and millions of dollars earning passive rewards, generating yield with that idle capital. This is huge. Now let me show you guys that they are already doing this. Keep in mind, I already played a video clip of Christine Moy on stage with BlackRock's Robbie Mitchnick talking about the same exact thing, yield generation, right? And how they're going to have to offer these things to their clients. Well, check this out. Securitize posted this just a week ago, a record-setting month for BUIDL. In March, the BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund issued by Securitize distributed an estimated $4.17 million in dividends, the largest monthly payout ever for any tokenized treasury fund. That brings the total dividends payout since inception at $25.4 million, underscoring the growing demand for institutional grade yield on chain. BUIDL continues to deliver daily dividends Monday through Friday, providing investors with near real-time returns and showing how tokenization is transforming access to traditional financial products. The crazy part is retail traders have similar access, if not the same access to these types of digital products. Institutions will chase on-chain yield, and this will be the new financial normal. Mark my words. And so yet again, proof is in the pudding. We're not here trying to show you guys that DeFi is the way for no reason. We're here showing you guys physical timestamp proof, not only from financial institutions, but also from some of the world's leading industry experts in this space, like Ripple, talking about the same exact thing. Yet so many people are denying this as a possibility. Now, we're not sitting here saying to go out there and start just generating yield with your XRP right away, because that's not realistic. You need to take a strategic, education-based approach and understand that DeFi is still in its maturity phase and it's extremely risky. But there is no reason why now you should not be getting educated. At a minimum, what we ask that you guys do here at CYPRX, whether you take a mentorship approach or you just go do your own research, is you get educated on this. We have shown you all time and time again that this is the new wave. I will show you guys one last video clip to prove my case. Those of you all most likely listening have a either Master or Visa card in your pocket or in your wallet right now. This video from Crypto Valley was posted 9 days ago and has 16 views, people. This is Dorothea Yesenberg from MasterCard. And this is MasterCard's perspective on digital assets. Take a second and listen to what she says about DeFi. Keep in mind, this was just from March 27, 2025.
You in the audience as well to make this more accessible, the space more accessible for the end consumer as well, make it easier and safer to engage with digital assets overall. So just a bit of a recap. So 2024 from our point of view was actually very eventful. We have seen a lot of things moving, and I wanted to pick out 4 specific topics to highlight. I think we see a convergence, and I've heard it in the previous panel, between DeFi and TradeFi. We see a lot of the traditional financial institutions player moving more or feeling towards DeFi, feeling more comfortable offering actually DeFi use cases. We have seen it with BlackRock, with the Bitcoin ETP or ETF. We have seen it with Crypto.com actually moving the other direction, starting to offer trading, stock trading. We've seen PayPal offering stablecoins. We have seen SocGen offering their own stablecoin as well, and the list goes on. So we've seen a lot of that going on, and it continues. The second trend I would highlight is that DeFi has come back massively. Actually, the value locked in DeFi protocols has increased from 90 to 190 billion US dollar, an increase over 111% over the course of a year.
So here is an individual representative from MasterCard, whom in which you know, right? You probably have a MasterCard in your pocket or have used one before. And she specifically says on stage that DeFi has made a massive comeback and that institutions are 110% in offering these solutions. And that over the course of a year, they've seen a 111% increase in DeFi. This physically proves my point that DeFi is a trending niche in the crypto industry that you do not want to fade and that you should educate yourself on. If you want a solid, trustworthy platform to do that by learning how we are getting our digital assets working for us in this crypto space, head over to CYPRXtrading.com. We'd love to have you tap into the Wealth 28 Club. And if not, at least at a minimum, go out there and do this type of documented research yourselves. Listen to these panel discussions that have hardly any views. Read these documents that drop from these large consulting firms and these high-end infrastructure companies in the digital asset space like Ripple that are telling you guys straight to your face that this is all taking place right before our very eyes. As always, bringing you all some of the realest research in the crypto space. No hopium, no hype, just physical documented proof from some of the world's largest industry-leading experts and institutions. Do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. I hope to see you guys inside the private CYPRX community. And with that being said, I will see you all in the next video breakdown.